Alrighty, so we're going to go over the 3 day types. Okay, so the 3 day types. Now, a couple of things before we get into it. You have to understand that these 3 day types are not based on foot traffic or the event. So it's not based off foot traffic or the event. It's based on sales. So when the sales come in. Okay, so it's not based off foot traffic or event, it's based off sales. Now, let's go to a day 1. All right, so day 1. This is a fast AM, slow PM. What do you think that means? Fast AM, slow PM.
Your sales are coming in the morning?
Exactly, right? So right when you get out, hey shoot, maybe wire setup, you get a sale, right? The sales just kind of start rolling in right from the jump. Okay, hey, shoot, maybe you recognize that you might be having a day 1, right? So we're going to draw a little graph for it. Okay, that's kind of what our day 1 graph looks like. Really ugly version of it. But right from the start, you're starting to get those sales right from the jump, and then throughout the day, it's going to trickle up. Now remember, your traffic could look like anything. It could go with it, it could go against it, right? It could just be steady all day. It's just when the sales come, right? So that's a day 1. All right, let's move to a day 2. A day 2 is steady. Okay, so what do you think that means?
Just like you're getting sales consistently.
Yeah, sales consistent. Get some no's, get a yes. Get some no's, get a yes. Get some no's, get a yes, right? So how that graph is going to look is just kind of like a nice little wave. Okay? So it's just steady. Get some no's, get a yes. Get some no's, get a yes. You're just kind of flowing throughout the day. Let's move to a day 3. Day 3 is going to be a slow AM, fast PM. So what do you think that means?
Opposite of day 1?
Exactly, opposite of day 1, right? So throughout the day, you might get some sales, right? It's kind of slow trickle. And then, come the later in the day, at day 3, boom, it hits, that's when all the sales come, right? So that's day 3, opposite of day 1. Now remember, the traffic can look like anything. It could be busy in the morning and then slow at night, and then it's just busy and everyone's saying no, and then it gets slow and then everyone says yes. It could be opposite, it could be or it could be really slow in the morning and then busy at night, so it kind of goes hand in hand with the traffic. That could happen. It could also just be a nice steady day, where consistently you're just seeing steady traffic, and it's just, hey, no one was saying yes, and then boom, everyone starts saying yes later in the day, right? Now, out of these 3, Brandon, which do you think is the easiest to maintain a great attitude?
I'd say day 2.
Exactly, day 2, 100%, right? Because you're just coasting. You're just kind of going throughout the day. You get some no's, get a yes. Get some no's, get a yes. It's just kind of steady, 100%. That's the easiest to maintain an attitude. You don't really grow a whole lot on those steady days. Now, between a day 1 and a day 3, which do you think is the hardest to maintain a great attitude?
Day 3.
Day 3? Why do you think that?
Because you just have to wait.
Exactly, right? You got to work all day long. And remember, we know attitude, it naturally wants to drop throughout the day. So all day, we're not really getting a lot of pieces, right? Maybe get some sales here and there, right? But the only way we do get those sales when it does come, right, is we have to keep our attitude there, right? Now, it's kind of ironic. The toughest day to maintain a great attitude is also the most common type of day that you're going to find, right? So kind of ironic that those go hand in hand. The most common type of day is the toughest day to maintain a great attitude. But it's important that we understand these 3 day types, so in the moment we can recognize what type of day we're having, so we can adjust and plan accordingly for our mentality, right? If we get out there and we realize, hey shoot, it's not really happening, hey, I'm just having a day 3, protect that attitude, right? Because if you do get to around 4 or 5 o'clock, and if that attitude isn't there, well then those sales that were going to come, well your attitude's not there for them to come, right? So does that kind of make sense there?
Yeah.
Awesome, I love it. So if I were to go to a Starbucks, what type of day would I have?
Day 1.
Why?
Because it's a coffee shop.
Okay, but what are you basing it off of?
The place.
Okay, but didn't we say it's not based off of...
Oh, right.
So what type of day you're going to have at a Starbucks?
I'm not sure.
Exactly, right? It's a trick question. Right? So you don't know, right? You don't know what type of day you're going to have until you have it. All right, so it's being able to recognize that, hey, shoot, you never prejudge an event, never say, oh, that's a day 3 event. No. You can have any type of day at any event on any given day. Okay, so this is just, hey, you got to recognize what type of day we're having so you can plan and attack accordingly.
Cool.
Cool? Any questions?
No.
All down?